And now for a look at what's happening today. This morning, communications experts from across the country are in our area preparing for emergencies. WDSU News Channel 6 anchor LaTanya Norton joins us live from the Bonnabel Boat Launch to explain today's exercise and how it could benefit our area. Good morning.
Towson, good morning, and you're right, I'm out here at the Bonnabel Boat Launch with a whole lot of hams. I'm talking about amateur radio operators. Today, in case you didn't know, is Amateur Radio Field Day, and joining us live is Mr. Keith Barnes, who is an amateur radio operator and a ham, right?
Yes, I am. Thank you very much.
We are right now standing in front of a whole lot of equipment used during disasters. Tell us about it quickly.
We set this up so that when everything else fails, we can help the emergency responders communicate. It's our service to the community, to our neighbors. And
you do mean service when you say that, because you all don't get paid for any of this. It's all volunteer.
It's all volunteer work. Our licenses are granted to us by the Federal Communications Commission on for non-pecuniary interests. We cannot make money doing what we do. It's a hobby. We do it for the love of it. Mm-hmm. During normal times, it's fun. Yeah. People collect stamps, needlepoint, crochet. And some people say, why do you do that? Well, they enjoy it, and we enjoy electronic testing and
this is a hobby that could save someone's life.
Right, and that's the offset of it, is it provides a pool of trained radio communicators so that if there is an emergency, if there's a disaster of some sort, we can be available to help our neighbors be safe. And
Hurricane Katrina.
Hurricane Katrina is a prime example. The Midwest floods are an example. In China, the earthquake there, the tsunami that affected India. We heard about de-expeditioning or de-Xing earlier. Mm-hmm. There were some operators in India when the tsunami hit that were up there for an enjoyable vacation, and it turned into an emergency preparedness event. Yeah. They started providing communications, trying to get aid to India so that they could be served. So we do this worldwide.
Yeah, and when you talk about worldwide, it is Amateur Radio Field Day, not just here, but all over the country. Tell us how important this is.
It's very important. It gives us an opportunity to go out in a situation like the boat launch where there's no electricity, no telephone, no communications per se, except for cell phones. But if those go down, we have emergency generators. We're using solar power, batteries, trying to stay very green, to hook our equipment up and be able to communicate with folks around the United States and Canada who are doing the same thing we're doing.
This is just to let our community know how you all do what you do. Is that right?
That's correct. We're out here so that folks can come out and understand what it is that we do when they see those antennas next to their houses and go, why is that ugly thing there? It's because we are there to help them if the time arises.
Definitely. Keith Barnes, thank you so much for joining us. Sorry to cut you off. We're running out of time. But again, you have until 1 o'clock this afternoon to come out here to meet Keith and all the other ham radio operators and to find out what it is they do and to just take a first-hand look at all of this amazing technology. On your side, live in Metairie, LaTanya Norton, WDSU News Channel 6. Toslin?
It is pretty amazing. Thank you. And now for a look at the headlines on News Channel 6 And now for a look at what's happening today. This morning, communications experts from across the country are in the metro area preparing for emergencies. WDSU anchor LaTanya Norton joins us live from the Bonnabel Boat Launch to explain today's exercise and how it'll benefit our area. And there's lots of hams out there, right?
Definitely, Toslin. You know, today is Amateur Radio Field Day. We've been talking to a lot of amateur radio operators out here at the Bonnabel Boat Launch. And this morning we heard a gentleman's voice. He was called a de-Xer, and now we have the face to match the voice. This is Mike Myer. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
A radio operator, an amateur radio operator / de-Xer.
That is correct.
And what does that mean?
Well, a de-Xer, as I said before earlier in the day, we talk all over the world, and it's a challenge for me to be able to talk to the North Pole, the South Pole, Africa, New Zealand, et cetera, et cetera. And
you also shared with us the wonderful history of ham radio operators and the inventions.
Very true. We had Lindsay Riddle, who actually put WDSU TV on the air in 1948. And Lindsay built most of the equipment.
Wow.
Because at that time you couldn't buy it.
And I know you've invested a lot in being a ham radio operator, a lot of technology, a lot of years. Today is Amateur Radio Field Day. Just quickly tell us the importance of it.
Well, I think it's a once a year situation where hams can come out and test their transceivers, their computers, their generators to make sure they're working in case we have an emergency that we have to handle.
And they can share all of this valuable knowledge with the general public, and they have until 1 o'clock today to come out here in Metairie to the Bonnabel Boat Launch and do just that. On your side live, LaTanya Norton, WD.